Welcome everybody to another episode on Hot Cup of Web Gaming. I'm Bob Inc. and we're back with Space Engineers. You can see that's not but you can see the shielded station off in the distance here. I've done a little off-camera work since the last episode. Mostly it involved a handful of trips in the Ruby Slipper back and forth to the iron deposit, so that it allowed us to do this, which is I was able to get the walls for our little hut, changed our power locations, and moved everything inside the hut here. Well, under the hut. I guess I'll start over here. Ultimately, I'm going to weld these up. But what I want to do is I want to put these batteries down the middle of each of these. Each one has one battery in it to start with, which I believe is currently outputting less than it's inputting, so they are charging just very slowly, but they're charging, so we're good there. You can see here we got some windows, get some bunk windows on this side. Got the cargo port here for the slipper. It does have a connection in the back, but currently all it does is act as a mini cargo box and a charging station. Yeah, windows on the top side and inside there, and I'll take you inside. I don't have any scripts or anything in yet, which will automatically close the doors at some point here. But so we got glass here, glass above. I got 2 beds in here. Got lockers. Put a toilet room in here. I kind of like this block, except that it should have a door that closes or something. I did put in a med bay, so now if we do die, we can actually respawn here. Got a little kitchenette. Got some couches here. You can walk up here and look out the windows. The windows up high here are mostly to bring in the light, because the sun will go from this side to that side. So we got a cargo box here that connects to everything else, and there's a stairway that leads to it. So I dug out, let's put my lights on, dug out down here, put a platform in, and so connected to that cargo box is an assembler, which is connected to the refinery, which is then connected to the O2 generator. This specific layout may or may not stay the same, depends on what we need. I already had to change the refinery once so I could get to these ports on the back without having to move the stairwell. But I think I'm going to open this up more, obviously, and we'll probably put in, I don't know, I can't go too far this way, so we'll have to go this way, because this way leads to the rock face, and I don't want to come out the front, at least not right now. So that's what we got down there. So that's the heart of the operation down there. Put some orangish wood floors in. And yeah, so we got lights in here too. They got them in the corner lights. Just had to I had to dial them up to a what was it? Of course now I can't. I'm really thinking I'm gonna have to turn my crosshair back on. Where is it? Let's see. Silo lights. So that's the silos with the windmills outside have a red light that blinks on them. But here you go. So yeah, I turned the radius up to 7 on the lights in the cabin. Cabin lights. I don't know why there's a G on there. Cabin lights. Let's see. Turn those off. There we go. Yeah, it started turning off, so I'm doing a little bit of management in here. But yeah, so the base runs on 3 batteries and 3 windmills currently, which is enough power to run everything and charge our Ruby Slipper out there. But I was thinking for the next thing we should do is probably to work on a auto miner. so that we don't have to keep making these trips. I mean, even if it just mines stone to start with, I mean, that's iron, nickel, and is it silicon? I think it's silicon you get from the stone. So I'm thinking we should start work on that. I should have some materials piled up in here already to get started with. Let's see where our inventory's at here. So I don't have much on me, and I gotta recharge my bottles here quick, so good thing we popped in here. Let's see. Recharge these guys. There we go. We'll grab some steel plate, and we can get started on our auto miner. Now I'm thinking we're gonna start with something smaller, but I think I'm gonna put a cockpit on it. Like I know I don't have to, but I want to. Just because it's a lot easier to get it to where it's a lot easier to drive it to where you want it to be mining if you can actually get in and fly it versus having to try to remote control it, put cameras all over it, stuff like that. So let's get started with it here. I don't know if I don't want to go too crazy with it to start with. I didn't grab any interior plates. Let's see. There we go. Grab some construction. Okay, got some of that queued up already. I don't want to go too crazy because I don't want to have to put like 1,000, engines on it to get it to fly. I'd like to try to keep it pretty simple. Actually, let's use the industrial cockpit. What do we got for connections on that guy? So we got something on the top. That's it. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we got small ones on the sides and the back. So let's attach him on here. This stupid thing would quit rotating like that. There we go. So all those ports will be up here, so I'll be able to run them to the sides. Let's see. So let's run a little bit of tubing here. There we go. And then we are going to use the our PAM auto miner script. Because like I said, the whole point is to have the auto miner so we don't have to keep mining it manually. So that's going to involve. Now I've kind of broken it down myself to like the basics of what they need, and it seems to just need a you need a remote control block, and you need a program block, and I think that's about it. I mean, you don't really need much beyond that for the auto mining script to work. Now that's the basic. I mean, there's a heck of a lot more that you can do with this script if you dig into it, but the basics of just point and mine, that's about all you need, I believe. I don't think I missed anything other than the script itself. So let's get these welded up here. And need some displays and grids. Alright, let's grab some of that. Oops, I don't need that many grids. Need some displays. There we go. So we got our cargo box and we got our cockpit. I need more glass and whatever, but it's there, so. Let's see about putting our drills on the front. The key with an auto miner is it needs to be able to drill a hole for itself completely. Which means you can't have parts sticking out the side, basically. Because the script's not smart enough to really stop itself from crashing into the sides. In fact, it gets really weird about it. It will sit there and run into the side of a wall, rock wall, until it runs out of power and just crashes to the ground. So we need some more cargo and large tube, but we'll get back to that. So we're going to connect those up with these little conveyors. Let's put some batteries on here. Let's see, we're going to need some... We need a connector. We need some batteries. We need a gyroscope. Where's the gyroscopes? There we go. So let's put some gyroscopes in here. And then we're going to need a remote control block and a program block. Where's the remote? There's the remote. And a program block. Get that on here. So let's put the remote block here. And we'll put the program block behind it. There we go. We want to face it up to make it easier to get to. Okay. So we need a connector. And we need some battery power on here. I think we can squeeze them on the side here. There we go. Let's squeeze two of them in here. Here we go, like so. And then we're just gonna need hopefully that'll be alright for the drilling. Just move them up. Let's move the batteries up one. Just so then they're more behind, directly behind the drills. They're not like they're directly in line with the drills, so they won't snag on anything. They shouldn't anyways. So let's go grab some parts here. We'll weld it up, and then we're gonna have to get some engines put on there. Drawing blanks today, apparently. Apologies. There we go. So we need some construction. We need construction and some large tubes. Yeah, we just need a lot of construction. But then I'm hoping we just need to figure out what the capacity of thrust we'll need for... Oop, no, hang on, I need those. The capacity of thrust we'll need to lift this thing. There we go. So we just need some power cells for those. Got that done. I'm not sure if I left myself enough room for the thrusters that we'll probably need, but we'll see what we can do. We'll have to just find a way to make do. So I need a bunch of large tubes for this guy. There we go. Grab what I can. Start in the front. I mean, if we have to, we can manually mine for a little bit. get some more material, a lot more material going than what we have now. Because I've pretty much refined everything that I've collected at this point. So if we're missing anything, we're going to have to go get it, unfortunately. And I need 40 power cells. And do I have power cells? I have no power cells. So we're still going to have to get our scripts going in here too. I don't have any scripts loaded in, so there's no inventory sorting yet. I didn't really see the need, considering we have, you know, one assembler and one storage container. Ultimately, I'm going to have to connect that connector and any other ones inside somehow. So we'll have to run something along the back wall here. I'd probably like to close this in too, because we are getting meteor showers, and it seems like the longer we go, the more they're happening. Like we had one here. Oh, what do we got here? I didn't see that before. Piece of ice. We got one here, and we had one over here. Didn't leave us anything. So they are getting close to the base, so we might want to consider putting some coverage on things so our stuff don't get hit. We're also going to probably want to put a turret out here to shoot them down so that we don't have to worry about them hitting our base as well. Let's grab some of these power cells here. We can put down most of what we're carrying on us. Give us more power cells we can carry. There we go. Pop those guys in there. Grab the rest of them. There we go. Alright. Probably should have waited on that guy, but whatever. We can just turn it off. So we'll turn that guy off so it doesn't burn the batteries up while we put the thrusters on it. So let's grab some atmospheric thrusters here. And let's see what we can come up with. So that's obviously a good spot for the forward thrusters. And it looks like we got a good spot here tucked in for some side thrust. One, two. I mean, I don't know if we'll need them down there. But down here we can do some forward thrusting. Let's can actually utilize the space a little bit more with, if I space them like that, I believe should be enough. Because I do have the thruster. What is it? The thrust spray damage. I forget what it's called. But that is turned on. Okay, so we have forward, backward. We have left, right. So now we just need vertical thrust. Yeah, here's where we might run into an issue. I don't know. Well, no, okay. So we'll be able to run them right on the battery here. Like so. And one there. So I think that should be enough for this thing. I'm not going to put any down thrust on it because we're in a gravity environment. So we shouldn't really need it, I don't think. But let's grab some motors here. And we'll steel plates and we'll see what we need after that. And we're going to need the grid and the large. We're already out of construction. Takes a lot of construction parts to make these things. Takes a lot of construction parts to make everything. Alright, so everything has steel. I ran out of motors at some point here. So we need grids and large tube. And we're going to need some more construction. So let's fire that up. And we got some more motors already made, so let's grab those. We need some grids and my large tubes here. There we go. So we got a couple finished already. I tried to pre-make some motors while I was off camera, so I had a bunch of them ready. I don't know if it's enough, but... So we need a lot of construction parts, though. So far, that's all we need is construction. Oh, there we go. Ran out of large tubes. Alright, so I need large tubes. We need still need some motors, too. Oop. Let's get some energy here. Should put one of those chairs outside. I like doing that. Let's see. So I need some large tubes. And we need some motors. More motors. Let's grab these construction parts and what tubes are ready. See what we can do here. There we go. Yeah, so I'm hoping we'll get this done. Oh, it's a good thing I was talking about it here. Gotta put an ore detector on here somewhere. That's probably pretty important for a miner, I would assume. So we'll be able to start grabbing some ores with this, which will supply us up. You know, we'll be able to build up a good supply. Hopefully we'll be able to find some gold. I think all I've found so far is silver rocks. So we need to find this gold and silver deposits still. So I need more construction still, huh? So much construction needed, I tell you. Give me some of those. Let's grab what's good in here. And let's see. So we need motors and construction still. Do I have any steel on me? I don't. I need to grab a steel plate so I can place some ore detector on there somewhere. I hate that. Let's see. Ore detector. Here it is. And we're going to want an antenna on here, so we'll need that. Let's put the ore detector. Oh, man. Wish you could tuck stuff in between there. Let's see. So those areas are taken. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. So I can tuck an ore detector in here. And that means I should be able to tuck the antenna on this side. Like so. There we go. So I need a 4 radio and a small tube. And a motor and a detector part. So I need a small tube and there we go, 4 radio. And then need some motors here. And we need to recharge our hydrogen bottles again. There we go. Oh, detector part, that's what I needed. There we go. Knew there was something else. So there we go, we got an ore detector now. Just need to make sure to dial that up to full power. And We need to come up with a name for this ship. I'm not sold on anything yet. If anybody wants to leave a suggestion in the comments, I'm open. Obviously, got to keep it clean. I'm still new to this new YouTube. I'd like to be able to stay on it for more than a month or so. So feel free to drop a comment what you think we should name our miner. I'm thinking maybe something with a dirt in the name, or maybe dirt related, or digging related, I guess, as it is a miner. But I'm open to suggestions. I don't know, the ruby slipper one just came to me while I was welding it up, so I went with it. But I'm going to give you guys an opportunity before I pick one to name this guy. So hopefully our batteries are enough to run all these thrusters, I guess. I didn't really think about that part. Should be, though. They're just regular, smaller thrusters, so... let's see... 2... And... I'm a little weird about this. It drives me nuts when I look on one of these things and I don't see the number 1 when there's more than one. And then when I see 1 and 3, oh my god. It drives me crazy. So let's hide those guys. Wait, that's not what I want to do. Hide those guys. Ore detector. Let's bump that guy up. Program block. Let's load our PAM code. I will put a link to the workshop for this script here. It's called the PAM, Path Auto Miner. I've been using it a lot. It works really great. There's a lot in the code to understand. It has a lot that it helps you out. Which reminds me, that's the other thing we're going to want to add to this ship, is we're going to want to put an LCD screen on it somewhere, so we can see what the output for the script is in case there's a problem or we need to adjust something. So let's see if we can slap this guy on the top here. And I need an interior plate. Interior construction, computer display. Let's see. And oh, I have construction on me. Okay. So we should have everything we need to put this guy on here. Let's put him right here. Now this should... I might have to reload the script. Let's see. Control panel. Let's do a check on the code. Doing okay. Why is it not... Oh, there's no power. That's why. Let's turn the power on. There we go. And let's see. Program block. Run. Or do I need to put the name on the LCD? Normally in the past when I put the LCD on, it just did it. Let's try again here. Huh. Let's see what we got here. LCD. Yeah, I don't know why it's not grabbing the... Here, let's just reload the whole script altogether. Copy to editor, check code. There we go. It's weird that it's not outputting to it. Well, we'll have to figure that out. Let's get to the next step here, which is seeing if this guy will fly. So let's weld the foot here so that it's functional. And we're going to cut it off ultimately, but let's... oops. Let's test this bad. Alright, let's see what we got here. And it looks like we got thrust, we got forward, we got backward, we got left, we got right, we got gyroscope. So I think we're good to go. I'm going to lock it to the ground for right now, because I believe the batteries are going to need to be charged. Although, well, let's see what we got here. What do we got? I got 20 minutes of battery life, so should be alright. Let's just leave that foot there. We can use it for the next thing we build or whatever. So we're going to have to ultimately find a home for this thing. But let's go see if we can grab some ore here. Got 10 minutes of flight. Let's see if we can make it over to that iron deposit there. I've been pretty lucky. I've grabbed almost pretty much all of our iron from either stone or I found a rock. You can see there it says iron rock. That was just chock full of iron. Several trips worth of iron actually. So hopefully we have enough forward or well reverse thrust to keep us afloat when we go underground. But yeah, so we'll fly over here, we'll grab some material and we'll see how it goes, and we'll probably end up calling it an episode. Like that, we're flying up, so we're approaching on the spot here, but I like that there's like a biome line here straight up the side of the mountain here. Okay, so gotta remember we only got 4 smaller thrusters, so we don't want to come in too hot on this place and slam into the ground. So there's our holes. So let's start with iron, since that's what we always need the most of. So it looks like we got enough thrust to keep us upright. I gotta add these to the toolbar here. Right here. Here we go. So let's get us underground here. We need to be careful not to go upside down, otherwise we will crash. Do I not have my... There we go. I need to either put lights on here, or we need to turn our lights on. So here we go, we're grabbing iron. Let's see what happens. When we fill this up, we don't have enough forward thrust, so we're either going to have to mine more level, or we need to put in more forward thrust. And I'm inclined to add more forward thrust. So our cargo container's full, cockpit's full, drills are just about full. So we're full, and we got enough thrust, up thrust anyway. I'd say one problem we're gonna have is, like I said, our forward facing thrust is not strong enough to... Ooh, catching on something here. Let's get forward a little bit here. Alright, let's go third party here so we can see what's going on. So we're almost pretty much maxing thrust here, but it's enough. But our down thrust, or our forward block braking thrust, is not enough to hold us up. So that's one thing we're going to have to add. But that's an easy add. Otherwise, I'd say successful build. Might want to consider adding maybe 2 more uplifting thrusters, because these ones are at max capacity right now. Oh, just about. We got enough forward thrust, so that's good. If we had to look straight up, though, it probably wouldn't be enough. If 4 is not enough to keep us upright, 3 is not enough to push us forward, but you don't have to worry about that as much with the auto miner, because you're just going to be digging like diagonal holes into the ground. So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to get this guy back, and I'll have to manually unload it or work on the connector setup. But so we'll get this guy unloaded and we'll make the modifications. I'll probably just do those off camera. They're quick and easy. It's nothing groundbreaking for it. And I think we're going to end up calling it an episode here. Thanks for joining us here on HotCupOfWeb Gaming. Again, I'm always I'm Bob Inc. And this has been Space Engineers. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you hit the like button. Helps us out. Helps us get seen. And if you do enjoy the videos, hit the subscribe button as well and be notified when we release our new videos. Currently trying to do 1 video a week. The timing's been a little harder for me lately, but I've been still getting it in there. So, and yeah, you can see here that our up thrust is pretty weak. So yeah, we're definitely gonna need more up thrust. When I go down, it doesn't want to stop without having to tip back for the other thrusters. So yeah, I interrupted myself there, but yeah, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the videos. Give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment. Like I said, any kind of comment you want. Tell us we suck, tell us we're great, tell us what we should do different, tell us what you want us to do. I take anything into consideration. And like I said, we're looking for a name for our new mining ship here. Obviously keep the name clean. But yeah, we got this brown, I guess it's ended up digital camouflage. But yeah, so we got our brown mining ship here. And we're looking for a name for it, so leave suggestions in the comments. And yeah, we'll catch you next time.